This is a special weekend for a special couple. Sam and Carly are both wonderful. I believe they were made for each other. This is a match made in heaven. I was going to give my son some great fatherly advice. So Becky and I took him out to dinner, and I sat down and I said, Sam, you're never going to get good at anything unless you practice. And as far as we know, up until that point, Sam had not been in any kind of relationship. And I said, Sam, I want you to go back to school, and I want you to break some hearts and get your heart broken. And Sam rolled his eyes and looked at me and kind of gave me this okay boomer look. 48 hours later, the way the communication works in our family, it's usually not directly to me. I don't know why, but it's usually directly to Becky. Sam had called his sister Claire, sitting across the table from him right now. Claire called Becky. Becky relayed to me that Sam had told Claire, Dad wants me to start dating a girl. I was ready to ask this girl Carly out, but I don't think I'm going to do it now because he'll think it was his idea. Thankfully, I taught Sam to listen to his dad. And at this occasion, Sam, for one time in your life, I get to have the last word. And with regard to Carly, all I want to say is, Sam, you're welcome. All right, that's enough for me. Again, thank you all for being here, and I believe Victoria's up next, right?
So New Orleans was the place that I met Carly and Sam, where they met each other, and we spent our college years together. So we drank, we danced, we partied, we studied, we ate our way through that city, and we really made lifelong friendships. I met Carly early on through EMS, and the second I met her, we were just like, all right, we're friends. Like, I have this weird theory where I think that soulmates are not always necessarily the person you marry, but your soul meets other people, and Carly is definitely that friend to me. But one of the things that I love the most about Carly and Sam's friendship is their relationship is that they started as friends. And that is a deep, deep foundation in their relationship and soon to be marriage. So I was actually friends with them independently before they started dating. And I clearly remember when Carly was like, so there's this guy in my B&Me class, and he's really nice, and he's cute. And I was ecstatic because I was like, Sam, I love that guy. He was like exactly the deserving human that Carly was. Like, they were deserving of each other. Sam has the biggest and kindest, huge heart full of wonderfulness. But Carly and Sam have this type of friendship for each other as a foundation. And I believe that friendship is really the thing that allows long-lasting marriages to last decades and decades. Over time, I have seen this friendship come up in a few situations. I went and visited Philly a few weeks ago, or at the beginning of her bachelorette party, and Carly had a test like the day we left. And she threw a birthday party for a friend, and Sam was like, yeah, I made the cake. Obviously, I made the cake. And that is like the deserving love, consistent, unwavering, like unconditional love that he has for her. So these moments remind me that this is the love that lasts, and this is the love that every person deserves. Carly and Sam are very, very lucky that they have found each other. The world is a lucky place to have such warm, smart, and lovely people together forever. They get to go out into the world shining their bright light of love to all old and new friends, and most importantly, each other. I am so happy for each and every one of you, and especially Carly and Sam. I'm so happy for your families to be able to be together forever. And I feel extremely blessed to be here today and with you guys both. I love you both very, very much. And thank you for always being my best friends. And now, it's Matt.
So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Stewart, and I'm the best man this weekend. And I've had the pleasure of growing up with Sam since we were best friends in Mrs. Robin's kindergarten class. Throughout our years, we've grown up together on many occasions. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. I'm nervous here. Sam and I also grew up attending church. Barry was one of our youth leaders. Thank you, Barry, for everything you did. He'll be at the service tomorrow. And we were in the same confirmation class where we attended multiple mission trips together. We went down to Mexico, and we also went down to New Orleans, where, sure enough, 4 years later, Sam ended up going to school. And we went down. So at Tulane, as you guys know, Sam majored in biomedical engineering. And let me tell you, he was an engineer from the beginning. Whenever I would come over to his house as kids, he would always have like these monstrous Lego projects up around the house, and I wasn't allowed to touch them. The Millennium Falcon was like his prized possession back then. I'm sure Dave and Becky know about that. Fast forward to high school, I was lucky enough to be in a Rube Goldberg project with Sam in physics class. Like I said, he was always an engineer. And it was meant to be because, well, engineering class, differential equations to be exact, is where Sam met Carly. And obviously they didn't have any difficulty getting along in class. For all my engineers out there. But anyways, fast forward to back in college, Sam also invited me on a spring break trip down. I went down to Tulane, and that's when I first met Carly. And I know it's cliche, but I saw the connection instantly. The outpouring love they showed for each other was undeniable. Sam's friends and I always give him a hard time for being such a dad with his mannerisms, the way he talks, the way he conducts himself, etc. But at one point I saw a meme that Sam's college friends put together where he was at like Lowe's or Home Depot or something, trolling around a cart with some 2x4s in it. I know these guys know what I'm talking about, and I knew he hadn't changed too much. But as much as we give Sam crap for just being such a dad, he's truly going to be an amazing dad one day. I do believe that. And it's perfect because Carly's as motherly as Sam as a father. She's sweet, caring, intelligent, and always puts others first. I'm confident that Sam found the yin to his yang and that you guys are truly going to be inseparable. It's amazing to see how you guys have grown together over the years. I have so much love for both of you. I'm so happy for you, and I'm even more excited for what your future holds. And with that, I'd like to propose a toast with everybody. So let's raise our glasses. And may, for better or worse, be far better than worse. Cheers. Give this away.